Alright, y'all. So after months, and I'm talking months of hard work, determination, inconsistency, you name it, I finally crafted what I think is the best scale for me to grade anime with. And I mean, this is from me personally. It might apply to you as well, but this is just from me personally. Like, this is what I came up with. So if you didn't see my video journal that I made a few months ago, whatever, it was nothing important, but in there I briefly talked about like how I was making like a new anime rating scale. Like, now it's obviously complete. The whole point of the scale was really just because I wanted to do it, but the real point of it is that I wanted to create a scale where I felt like, okay, let's just say that I think that Death Note is like a 9 out of 10 or whatever, or I think Death Note is like the 3rd best anime or whatever, right? I want to come up with a scale that reflects exactly how I feel out of Death Note, you know? So if I think Death Note is a 9 out of 10, I want this scale to show me why I think Death Note is a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's not my real rating of Death Note. I haven't done a rating for it yet. It'll probably be in that higher category, but that's just the whole premise of it. Is like, yo, I think this show is really good. Here's a grade that shows like how good I think it is. And mind you, I can grade something and it can have a higher grade than something else. That doesn't mean that I like the show more than that other show, you know what I'm saying? It just means I think it has a higher grade. I think it's probably a better show. I just don't like it more. I don't think your favorite show has to be the best show, you know what I'm saying? So real quick, I'm gonna show y'all the basics of my JAGS scale, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the JAGS, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the JAGS. I'm gonna show y'all the basics of my JAGS scale. Now, JAGS stands for I promise there's a really good like acronym that this is like. Oh yeah, JAGS stands for Jayto's Adjusted Grading Scale, JAGS. I'm gonna break it down of how it works really quick and kind of talk about how I plan to use it, you know? All right, so the way the JAGS scale works is I have it broken down. It's like like it says in the title, it's an adjusted grading scale. So it's kind of like the scale that your teachers would use to grade assignments and whatnot, you know, like tests might be worth more than quizzes and homework is worth a certain amount. And you can do amazing on the homework, but if you fail all the tests, you're still gonna fail because it's weighted and it's adjusted for that, right? So first and foremost, this is a scale that grades to 100. It grades to 100% like it's a school assignment, you know, pretty much. There can be stuff that goes over 100%, but it grades to 100%. So I have it broken down into 5 different sections. Those sections are plot, uniqueness, characters, duration, and animation. And inside of these 5 sections, I have more subsections, but these are like the tests and the quizzes and the homework assignments, pretty much. That's what these equate to. So for example, you can get a 100 in the duration, bro, I'm not good with words today. This is a bad day for words, so I'm sorry if you gotta watch this, bro. Okay, so in the duration section, right, you can get a 100 in the duration section, but because it's graded or weighted so much less than the plot section, even if you get 100 in duration, if you get a 50 in plot, you're still gonna probably get a bad grade, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. As of right now, I'm not gonna break the whole entire thing down. I just think that would be too extra. I'm trying to make sure these videos are shorter. I'm trying to keep these under like 10 minutes. This one is probably gonna be a little bit longer because I have to explain how it works, but I'm probably not gonna go, you know, subsection by subsection. I'm probably just gonna talk about specific sections, specific subsections of the section. This is getting a little confusing, right? That's because I'm on my scholarship, you know what I'm saying? When I crafted this joint, I was on my scholarship, so that's probably why this is sounding like some scholarship. Also, because I just don't know how to explain it well. All right, so the first anime that I'm choosing to do this review, rating, all that on is Attack on Titan. In fact, Attack on Titan is the whole reason that I've created this scale, because my friend Ryan Robin kept telling me to do an Attack on Titan review, and I just didn't know how to do a review. Like I didn't really know how to review. I feel like there was so much. Like, I feel like if I did a review, I would review the entire show and it would be like a 16-hour video. I'm like, no one wants to see that. So I didn't know how to review it, but to do it concisely. Y'all like that word, boy? I am on scholarship today, bro. But to do it concisely, right? And this was the way that I decided. With that being said, I'm starting with Attack on Titan. I also have another one set for Barakamon just to see kind of like how the scale worked for shorter length shows as compared to longer length, because that's also something that was really important. Barakamon got a pretty good grade that I feel represents how I feel about it, so I'm feeling pretty good about the scale right now. I'll probably have to change it, but I'm feeling good right now. Now, I made sure when I was coming up with the different subsections for the scale that I tried to include things that affect a variety of different scales, and that's why I have a section like the duration section. A lot of people don't care about duration. It doesn't matter to them. I'm someone that I value anime that has more episodes. I just do. If you can make 24 episodes of an anime as opposed to 12, I value that. Like, I really appreciate it. I think it makes a big deal. It might cut down the quality of the anime, so I have to document that up in here, but I do want to give you points for the fact that you made such a long length anime. Like, I really respect that. I really do. And that's something that I value. Seeing how this is my scale, I don't know how I wouldn't put it up here, right? All right, so let's actually get into the breakdown I got for Attack on Titan, right? So in terms of plot, I gave Attack on Titan a 107%. You know what I'm saying? It got 107%. In terms of uniqueness, it got 100%. In terms of characters, it got 98%. In terms of duration, it got 95%. In terms of animation, it has 104%. Now I know what you're thinking right now, and this is the first rating, so it's probably wouldn't be what you want to see. Is you go into a rating system and it's a whole bunch of stuff over 100 off the rip. You know, like that's probably not what you want to see. I can assure you that this is something specific to Attack on Titan, and I genuinely think that Attack on Titan will have the highest final grade out of any anime that I do, at least for a while, because personally speaking, I think it's the best anime that's out right now. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite, but I do think it's the best. And because of that, I expect it to rate higher than everything else. Hearing a 107 for plot might seem a little crazy, because how the hell do you get to 107? I mean, I have everything broken down into numbers, so the math does its own. You know what I'm saying? The math does itself. I don't make it 107. The math does itself, right? So here's pretty much how that works. It got a 10 in every single category that had to do with plot. It got at least a 10 in every single category that had to do with plot, and it got above a 10 in 2 categories, and those are that it got an 11 in conflict. That's one of my subsections for plot. I gave it an 11. And then I can't read, I think is what's going on here. Can I read? Like, what's going on? I can't read. I have this, no. It got a 10 for conflict. It got an 11 for drama. I gave it an 11 for drama. Matter of fact, now that I'm here, I'm like, I'm gonna give it an 11 for conflict too. I don't think there's anything wrong. Like, there was a lot of conflict, bro. Let's keep it real. Attack on Titan has now went up to a 108% for plot. It's up to a 108% for plot now. I'm gonna keep it very real. When it comes to the plot of Attack on Titan, I think it's fucking amazing. I think it's unmatched. The fact that I went into Attack on Titan with that mindset of, man, this shit gonna be boring as hell. It's just giants versus regular humans. Like, obviously I know how this shit gonna go. I don't even want to watch that. That sounds so boring. The fact that they took that simple concept and turned it into one of the most expansive and complex stories like that I've read, at least, or anime stories that I've read, I think it gets a lot of credit for that, to be honest with you. I think it gets a lot of credit, and it's why I think the plot of the show is amazing. There's just, I don't think there's really that many holes in the plot, if there's any. I don't think there's that many holes if there's any. There's so much shit that's going on, and every time that you think you solve something out, it's the smoothest segue into the next problem. Every single time. You just cannot be happy in the show, because the moment you get happy, the moment they hit you with a new problem, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's always drama. That's why I got an 11. There's always some kind of conflict. That's why I got an 11. The conflict goes so much deeper than what it even appears to be. So I think it gets an 11. In terms of storyline, I gave it a 13. I don't want to give anything ever a 13 rating. I think it's the craziest thing to be on a scale of 1 to 10 and give something a 13 rating. But I had to really sit here and think about it, because I told you I did the joint for Barakamon. I think Barakamon has a really, really good storyline, and I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10. I would give it 11 out of 10. With that being said, I think Attack on Titan has the craziest storyline, so it would seem a little disrespectful to give it a 12 or an 11 out of 10 when Barakamon is 11 out of 10, so I had to go all the way up to 13. I don't think anything will surpass 13. I just don't think anything will surpass a 13 out of 10. That's already just wild as hell, right? But that's pretty much how Attack on Titan ended up getting to 108% for plot. I don't disagree with it at all. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I just booted it up, so I definitely don't disagree with it. So that's how it got 108 for plot. In terms of everything else, like, I'm actually not gonna go into too much detail because everything is like around 100%. What I'm gonna focus on more is the 3 areas that I thought that it didn't get a 10 out of 10. There's only 3 areas out of everything that it didn't get a 10 out of 10. So I'm gonna focus on those 3. 1, relaxedness. I put relaxedness into my scale because some shows really, they just have a really relaxy vibe, you know what I'm saying? And they deserve credit for that relaxy vibe. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put that in for certain shows. Attack on Titan is not that much of a relaxed show. Like, shit is always happening. They do have relaxed moments though, and it's not unrelaxed. Like, you don't feel like everything's a panic. So I gave it an 8 out of 10 for relaxedness. episodes. Next, in terms of side character slash villain development, I gave it a 9. It could have easily been a 10. I gave it a 9 because even though a lot of people love the side characters in Attack on Titan and like probably very much value them, I really like Eren. You know what I'm saying? Eren is the main reason I watch Attack on Titan, seeing how he goes about different stuff and seeing how the world ends with him and whatnot. Let me just point this out now. I am not technically caught up to the anime. I've pretty much read in the manga up to where they are in the anime. I just haven't seen it, but I'm pretty much right. Like, they just said something about Falco, so I'm pretty sure that's right where I am. I don't want to say anymore. But yeah, I gave it a 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. I was never interested in side character development. I don't feel like they got better. They definitely developed, but I don't think anyone was so crazy that it was something that stood out to me. So I gave it a 9 out of 10. And then I gave it an 8 out of 10 for duration, just because it's less than 100 episodes. I think if it hit 100 episodes, I would give it a 9. All right, my camera died again, of course. Where the hell was I? Oh yeah, I think I was talking about like the side character development. It's just not like that big of a deal for me in Attack on Titan. Like, I don't really care about Connie. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't give a fuck about Connie. Don't give a fuck about Jean. Y'all gonna hate me for saying this shit, but I don't give a fuck about Sasha. Like, I don't care about, I like Gabby more than Sasha. I thought Gabby was so cute, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I had some kind of connection with Sasha before she got shot. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not happy she got shot. Like, she never did nothing but eat, so she don't deserve it. But the amount of niggas that died in this show without deserving it, like, what the fuck? I mean, why am I be so pressed on her, you know what I'm saying? Gabby's so cute. Why don't y'all fuck with Gabby? She's so cute, bro. She's so sweet. Ugh, she's just so sweet. I don't know what to tell you. That's just how I feel. I know you're gonna hate me for it, and that's okay. I respect you hating me. I sure do. Or maybe I was talking about duration. Well, anyways, in terms of duration, I gave it an 8 because the way I've been doing this, or the way I did it, was pretty much if it's like a 12 episode anime, I'm probably gonna give it like a 5. I'll probably give it a 5 for duration. To get a 10, you'll probably need about, I would say around 150 episodes to get a 10. I would say Hunter x Hunter was probably the minimum to get a 10 in terms of duration, about 140 something episodes. I think that's pretty good. But I value longer term anime, and because of that, I gave Attack on Titan an 8 out of 10 for duration. It's not gonna affect the actual score because duration is such a small percentage. It's like the homework grade. Anyways, I'm not even gonna go any more in depth in terms of this scale because I feel like the number speaks for itself. I'm just gonna literally be sitting here and talking category by category why I think Attack on Titan is great, and pretty much what this scale is telling you about what I think is that I think it's all around amazing. I think it's all around, it's amazing, and I think in certain areas it goes beyond amazing, and I think that's what makes it the best anime. And it came out to a final grade of 103.03, by the way. If you know what I'm saying, if I don't have it in the title or whatever, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but the final grade came out to 103.03%. That should be the highest. I should not see anything that goes above a 103. I probably shouldn't even be seeing stuff that goes above a 100. That's already really hard to do. I don't even think One Piece will make it above a 100. And that's my favorite anime. I don't know what would. Maybe something like Death Note would have a shot. Maybe like Code Geass. I was never that big on Code Geass, so I don't know until I rewatch it. But that's pretty much like my penultimate opinion on Attack on Titan. I think it's an amazing all-around show. I think it's the best anime. I think yeah, like I just think it's so amazing. I don't want to go more in depth because I will really start getting like going and it'll become a discussion video, and I don't want it to be a discussion video. That's why I came up with an anime corner, so I can do discussion videos over there. This one right here is just a simple Attack on Titan rating. But y'all tune in for the next one. If you want to see an Attack on Titan discussion video, let me know in the comments. Like, you just, I guess, let me know if you want to see one, or let me know specifically what you want to see. I'm gonna keep trying to tune up this ranking scale, and shout out to Ryan Robin. So go subscribe to him. That's that guy. And you know what I'm saying? Nothing else. That's it. I'm done. I'm getting the fuck out of here.